Hey, what's up, everyone? Sly here with Flo. Flo, we're watching the combine, and one guy in particular we were looking at was Brenden Rice. Now, he ran a 4.5, which I know people are like, dude, like I think there was like 24 receivers or something like that were actually like better than him. Yeah. However, with his height and his weight, what he's 6'3", 210, to me, that was a pretty good time. That's a really good time for a guy that big, because all these other receivers, they're little guys, so obviously they're going to run faster.
Start quicker.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought personally he did really good. I remember I scouted him. I remember like week 2 of the season when he was actually supposed to be like an undrafted free agent, late round pick, but I think he solidified himself probably like a mid-round pick. I know Larry Krueger has him up to the 3rd round, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but what do you think about this, man? Niners, they interviewed him a few times. They talked about it. You think he has a chance with us? And would you like to see him on the 49ers, man?
Yeah, man. Obviously, you would like to see him. Obviously, he's playing for us, the greatest wide receiver of all time. The other day, I think they're showing him in that Niner jersey, what it would look like.
Yeah.
That was so badass. Obviously, he was wearing the 81, more like Owens, but still, I'm like, man, he just looked like he fit in that jersey. It's like, man, it's almost like meant to be. And like you said, this last year, he balled out.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't expect too much out of him, but he still performed. And he played with a quarterback that's kind of like a NFL-level quarterback in Caleb Williams, another 13. But now you give him maybe a Brock Purdy to throw to him, dang, that'd be pretty awesome. Where's he going to fall? Where do you think?
I say mid-round, either 4th or 5th.
4th, 5th? So
maybe
yeah,
5th.
5th. So, yeah, we definitely have a chance, because that's where we took, Danny Gray.
Danny Gray, we got him in the 3rd. Remember, it was that car pick?
Yeah. Who's the one we got in the 5th?
In the 5th round, we got, like, tight ends like George Kittle. Who else do we get? Palomalu. Jennings was in the 7th round.
Yeah,
Juwan Jennings was in the 7th round, yeah.
So we usually draft better later in the draft anyway, so why not take a chance at this guy? Obviously, like you said, he wasn't the fastest, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. There's a lot of times where these speedsters come out, they run the fastest 40.
Look at his dad.
Yeah, he wasn't the fastest guy, but you threw those pads on, he was quickest guy with the pads on. So that's all that matters. And then he's also going to have his dad showing him how to run routes properly, which he's already probably been doing that since he was a little kid. But still, now that he's a pro, his dad's going to be even more on him, because the work ethic those Rices have, man. So I'd say go for it, man. What could you lose? Obviously, Brandon Ayuk situation, you don't know, and Juwan Jennings probably next year, you don't know. So go out, start retooling your receiver, start rebuilding.
It was funny because on that 40 time, like the next gen stats had him like I think the 4th or 5th highest as speed wise. I think it was like over 20 miles an hour, like 21, something crazy like that, 21 miles an hour. And so I mean he has that that speed on him. But to tell you the truth, man, watching him in college, I think he had like the best catch in college football when he caught that like 63-yard bomb in stride from Caleb Williams. And right after he did that, I think I did my 3rd video on this dude. And I was like, dude, I'm telling you, this guy should be drafted, because I was hearing undrafted free agent. But he kept getting better and better as the season went on. He had a really good Senior Bowl. He looked really good out there. So, I mean, I think it caught a lot of attention from other teams. To tell you the truth, I think this kind of hurt our chances at getting him, because it seemed like all these other teams were interviewing. I know the Cowboys, Jerry Jones literally loved what he saw out of him. He was talking how he got interviewed by him, and I guess Jerry was freaking gushing, it was like he was gushing more over him over money. That means a lot, man, when someone like Jerry Jones. So it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Me, I would go take a chance on 4th, 5th round. I know some people say 4th might be a little high because so many dudes did faster than him. And I think this was his best year. I think his last year with USC, that's when he kind of stood out and proved that he could be like a solid number 3. He could be our Juwan Jennings pretty much when Juwan Jennings decides to part ways. I think that he has one more year left as a restricted free agent. So after that, we really don't have a dude. We've been trying with Ronnie Bow. Hasn't really worked out with us. Your boy, Danny Gray, who's been a disappointment. And he's the dude that's a 4.3 guy. What the hell does that mean if you're not catching the damn ball? And one thing I liked out of Brenden Rice out of the combine, there was a few catches where the quarterbacks, they threw it low, like bad throws, and he still adjusted and caught them. And I was looking at that, like one ball literally almost hit the ground. Like it was like a freaking Ken Dorsey throw, man, right to the ground. And he went out and snagged that bad boy. And I was looking at that like, dude, like this guy has solid ass hands. So I think he's someone that's going to get better and better. Do you remember when Jerry Rice used to run the hill? Where was that? Up in where was that in damn like,
Bay Area.
Somewhere in the Bay Area, where he would run the hill and he would take guys like Roger Craig, JJ. He would take a whole bunch of 49ers, and the first time that they would run it, like Roger Craig was like, dude, I was they were puking. And Jerry Rice, he said that he's always running, even when he retired, he was running. So it would be so awesome to see Brenden Rice, use that hill again. It seems like we're trying everything we can to win that Super Bowl. We brought back a McCaffrey. Maybe we might bring back a Rice, might bring back a Gore, might bring another McCaffrey, and like throwing everything at the kitchen sink. But of all these young guys that are coming out, that have connection to the Niners, what's his name? McCaffrey, I can't remember right now his name. It's wrong, but Ed McCaffrey's son, Chris McCaffrey's brother, Frank Gore Jr., and Brenden Rice. I think out of all of them, dude, I want Brenden Rice the most. Like, I think he has the most potential. I like all of them, especially McCaffrey. I think he ran a 4.46, which is absolutely amazing. But I don't know, something about Rice, man. He kind of reminds me. Do you remember Jordan Matthews from the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, his cousin. Right?
His cousin, yeah, and he ran a 4.46. But he had the same, a lot of the same body type. He was 6'3". I think he was drafted in the second round by Philadelphia. Actually, he finished with us. We actually were there his last practice when he injured himself in Santa Clara. So that kind of sucked because he converted.
He would have been over Croft that year too.
And he converted into a tight end. Yeah, he converted into a tight end that year. So he was actually pretty solid in the NFL. So that's their cousins. That's who he kind of reminds me of, man. He kind of has that same body type, same skill, really physical. And he even talked about it in the interview. He's like, dude, if I want to be with this team, I know I have to block too. So I mean, Jerry Rice, he's going to teach him, because Jerry Rice, he was one of the great blockers out there. People forget about that this dude would block for Steve Young every time Steve Young would take off. So I really like what I see out of him. I think he has a chance to be on this team, and if he does, man, I think he has a chance, man, to be really good.
Yeah, man, I just think you got to get him just to be that Juwan Jennings replacement in that year time, because obviously Deebo Samuel and Ayuk, they fit that other receiver niche, but we need that big presence, like you were saying, 6'3", physical guy already.
210, yeah.
210.
He'll probably get bigger too. He's only 21.
Yeah. And so he has that ability. He's learning under Juwan Jennings. Obviously, he's already learning under his dad. So we're going to need that down the road, because right now, once Juwan Jennings, we don't really have that in, like you said, Ronnie Bell or Danny Gray. Those guys.
And they're not good blockers,
They're not good blockers. They're just not that kind of receiver, unless you go out and get like a Mike Williams, but that's a freaking long shot because their salary cap already sucks. So I think you got to go and start storing this young guy, get him prepped in a year or two, let him roll.
I can't believe I was drawing a blank. It was Luke McCaffrey. But yeah, Brenden, come on, dude. We have 11 damn picks. We're not going to use all these picks. All of these guys aren't going to make the team. So, dude, take a chance, man. If he's there in the 5th round, dude, just pull the trigger. If he's there in the 4th round, I say if there's someone else that passed up, dude, take a chance, man, because I like what I see out of him. I think he's a dude that got better and better and better. And a lot of these guys, man, let's be real, they don't have that motivation. If their dads were like in the league, so a lot of times you don't see. There are guys that do, they're not hungry, but this dude is hungry. You could see when he goes back and forth with his dad, he's telling his dad, dude, I'm better than you. And Jerry Rice gives it back to him. Well, do you have how many rings? Do you have this many rings, son? So I love it, man. I love that he has that dog in him. Like, I want to be better than my dad, who is one of the greatest, man. So when we see it all the time, man, we see it like in boxing, Chavez and Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. was always like, I don't want to be better than my dad. I think I'm good where I am. You need to stop comparing me to my dad. Nah, man. Brenden Rice, he ain't like that, man. He wants to be like one of the GOATs. Even though it's, you say it, but he out there putting in the work. So that would be so awesome to see him come. He kind of would have like that nostalgia. Last time we won a Super Bowl, we had a McCaffrey and a Rice, and I'm going to stick to it, man. I'm going to keep doing this till we get that damn Super Bowl, man.
All right, well, you guys let us in the comments what you guys think about the Niners taking a chance on Rice. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.